What's up, guys? It's me, Owen. I'm back with another video, back with another NASCAR Diecast review. Um, and let's just go ahead and let's jump right into this one because this is really freaking cool. We have Noah Gragson, number 62, Wendy's Biggie Bag Chevy for Beard Oil Motorsports. The first ever Beard Oil Motorsports diecast, and of course, the first Noah Gragson Cup Series diecast. One of several we'll be getting, considering he'll be with Petty GMS next year. Well, I shouldn't say several because who the hell knows? Hopefully. But yes, we have a number 62 Beard Oil Motorsports diecast in the Cup Series. And let's go ahead and let's review it. Make sure, once again, to drop a like, subscribe, turn on post notifications so you don't miss out on future videos and streams. And use code ANJJ for $5 off on orders of $30 or more at Circuit Diecast. Abso-goddamn-lutely get this diecast in your collection because I wouldn't be surprised if this ends up being one of those diecasts that gets to be really hard to find in the next couple of years or so. But yeah, the Noah Gragson Wendy's car. This is absolutely awesome to have in the collection. I knew I had to have this one. Excited for Noah Gragson next year, going to Petty GMS, running the 42 car. If he can carry over momentum from this past Xfinity Series season with the sheer number of wins that he had, I know it's Cup, I know it's different, but if we can keep the parity going and if he can keep the speed, who the hell knows? Gragson could snag a win or two at some point this next season. And I'm glad that Gragson's going up to the Cup Series. Love him or hate him, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Gragson has done a lot of maturing since Road America. And I know people will laugh at that concept because it's been said before after other moments that he's had, but I genuinely believe it. Because again, going into Road America in the Xfinity Series this past year, he already had a win, at least one, maybe two, but he had at least one win to that point. We all know what happened. Dumb Sage Karam caused a massive wreck. The wreck almost makes Landon Castle, if I remember correctly, flip over. And Gragson got chastised for it because it was a move that he did not need to make. As a Gragson fan, I didn't like it either. Of course, he only lost, I think he only got fined and lost some points. No suspension, which did piss people off. And people will try to bring up shit from Gregson's past. And I'm not here to discuss all of that. What I am here to discuss, other than the diecast, is you look at Road America and then him getting DQ'd out of a top 5 finish at New Hampshire the next week. You look at that and you look at how the rest of the season went. He rips off a shitload of wins, goes all the way to the Final Four. Unfortunately, ends up getting beaten out by Ty Gibbs, who's had his own moments this year, for the championship. But even the broadcast acknowledged it. Gragson changed. He has matured. And he'll still be aggressive and stuff like that. But I think he realized shit like that, like the move he pulled on Karam, is just something that you just cannot do at any level. And especially for that part of the Road America track. And I think he realized it, and he realized he needed to do some more work on himself. And I wouldn't be surprised if Dale Jr. and Kelly Earnhardt probably talked to him, because if I remember correctly, Dale was on the broadcast, or he might not have been, but no, because he does Xfinity broadcast usually, but even he wasn't happy about it, and we in the fan base often talk about how Jeff Burton kind of shills for his own kids, Jeb and Harrison and stuff. But genuinely speaking, Dale Jr. didn't even like what Gragson pulled, and rightfully so, because it was a stupid move. But again, like I said, Gregson's done a bunch of growing up since then, and that's a huge reason why I'm so excited for him going into next year, because I genuinely think that if he can carry over momentum from this past Xfinity season into the Cup Series, into that 42 car, with the parity that we've seen, he could rip off at least one win, potentially. But yeah, no, aside from all of that, again, like I said before, if you don't already have this diecast in your collection, go get it, because absolutely it's going to be one of those diecasts that's going to be hard to find one of these days. It's the first ever Beard Oil Motorsports diecast. It's the first Noah Gragson Cup Series diecast. Um, and it's a small team diecast. And, I know there's a lot of talk in the fan base regarding Lionel Racing. I mean, Wave 4 of Authentics, the whole thing with the next gen PTC mold. I know it sucks. Obviously a lot of discussion with quality control. That's always been a thing. This year, especially with a lot of diecasts getting DNP'd, not just like the smaller teams, Xfinity and trucks, but like some of the bigger names, even in Cup, having diecasts getting DNP'd, especially in the 164 scale. And that bringing up conversations of, well, the MOQ is way too high and all this other stuff, which I honestly agree with. I have said before, MOQ should be higher. It shouldn't be necessarily be as high as it is right now, but it should be higher for the bigger names and a bit lower for the smaller names, because everybody's got different interests. Everybody's got different diecasts that they're going to want. Shit's going to sell regardless. Like, you put it out there, people, collectors will want the diecast, especially the smaller teams, because then that way they don't have to go to custom makers or try to custom make one themselves. And I understand, again, quality control, it is what it is, unfortunately, but, smaller teams deserve to have diecast made for them. There's this one, there's, this diecast, which I'll be reviewing next. And then, there's other ones out there, that I've reviewed, other diecasts that are out there. It's hard to get diecast made to begin with, because you have to get, or Lionel has to get all the approvals from teams, sponsors, et cetera, which that's a whole other discussion. But on top of that, the interest is there. Is the interest waning because of certain issues between prices going up, which Lionel has said, a lot of that has had to do with after effects of the pandemic and shipping going up and cost of getting them shipped from overseas going up and all this other stuff, which, look, man, it's capitalism. It's the economy. What the fuck are you going to do? At the end of the day, I want to see these smaller team diecasts get made. I mean, hell, there's 2 diecasts that just went up for pre-order literally like this week. One of them, I believe it's a Ryan Ellis one. The other, that Norm Benning Circle B diecast truck from earlier this year. Go fucking pre-order those, please. Especially the Norm one. Especially the Norm Benning truck. We need a Norm Benning diecast out there. 164 especially, please. I want to review that. I want to fucking review that, god damn it. Please. But that all being said, and I'll probably talk more about that in the next review, but small team diecast, man, they deserve to be made. The smaller teams deserve to have their shit seen as diecast to be, so that the drivers can autograph them, Absolutely. Authentics is not going to save every diecast. And it's just, the interest is out there. Does part of it fall on Lionel? Absolutely. Granted, there's only so much that they can do. Like, I will pile on Lionel sometimes. I will. But I don't do it as much as others. And you know who you are. Because at the same time, like, as a collector, I have my issues with the diecast. But at the same time, I also understand, how much is it on them? How much is it on the factories, the manufacturers? How much of it, and just how much of it is on just everything that's going on around us, Like, the after effects of the pandemic are going to be felt in things like this and, even bigger things for quite a while to come. It's going to take a while, a long while to fix all of this. And I think people need to understand that. And I understand patience. People don't have a lot of it these days, and everybody just wants something now. And believe me, I understand that. I'm guilty of that. But at the same time, we also have to look at it from their perspective, as in they're trying, like, like Lionel's like I give props to the admin for the Lionel's Twitter because they do get shitted on. Like Lionel gets shit on and it's the admin that has to deal with it. Like they don't deserve that. It's not their fault. But again, try to show some respect and try to understand that I understand piling on Lionel, but there's only so much that they can do. It falls on us to pre-order this shit and pre-order it in droves, to get them made. Like, like my buddy Ninja Chris has said before, whenever it comes to a Kurt Busch diecast, he'll pre-order like 10 or 15 of those things just to get it made and then deal with everything else later. Like, if that's what you got to do, then that's what you got to do, But it's a thing that falls on a lot of different sides, in my opinion. And if you have a differing view on it, let me know in the comments, man. But again, just try to show some respect and try to understand there's only so much Lionel can do. There's a shitload of different factors that go into it. But anyway, with all that being said, again, happy to have this diecast in my collection. If you do not have it, go get it for yourself. Make sure to use code ANJJ for $5 off on orders of $30 or more at Circuit Diecast. Once again, thank you all for watching. Hope you all enjoyed. I'll catch y'all next time. Peace.